So while you're working, I've shown you plenty of examples of using coils to build up, or you've seen other examples in the videos that I've shared. But something that came up is, what if you want to split your piece so that it has two parts, like two parts coming off of it? So I'm doing this relatively small scale, and I've built up the sides. And now I want to start to divide the top into two. So I'm going to finish adding this last coil on the top here, and try to get it where you can see it. So I'm going to get that nice and secured. I'm working on the inside right now because pretty soon I'm not going to be able to get to the inside. What I did just before I started the video is I used my rib to get inside and smooth that some more. So I want to have this be essentially a rounded shape, and so I'm sort of bending the top of this piece down a little bit. Notice I've got a little cracking because my clay's a bit on the dry side. So I'm going to use a paddle. Sorry, right-handed. I've got this on the far side for you. You can't see that side. So I'm going to use my paddle to shape that a little bit. And then this next coil, I'm going to put this across the center. I'm going to make it just a little skinnier than I've been doing, and I'm going to build it right across through here. Now that's just barely touching on there, so I'm going to add some small pieces of coil bits, something like that, into those corners to make sure things are secured. So I've got some overlap so I don't have a skinny bit right there. And essentially what I'm doing is I'm turning this into two openings up here at the top. I'm going to do the same thing over here. So I'm adding that little coil into there. I'm adding this little coil into this spot here. And then I'm going to start to build up from there. So I've gotten pretty little, so my coils, I'm going to shape them even skinnier. Notice that I'm not scoring and slipping, and the way I'm having this stuff stick when I'm not scoring and slipping is that I'm really compressing. I'm squishing the parts of clay together, and then I'm going to turn this around this way, and I'm going to do the same thing over here. So this has gotten so skinny that I can only fit one finger inside, but that's fine. I have other tools. Here's a nice paintbrush end. I can get in there and I can compress. Remember, pressing the clay together makes those seams stronger. Even if you can't see them, you want to make sure those seams are nice and strong. What's the other way I can make sure those seams are nice and strong? I can score and slip when I attach those. But I'm skipping the scoring and slipping right now, and I'm just going to continue to build with these coils around this way. And I think I might need to switch my camera angle so you can see better. So I'm going to continue to build my coils up this same sort of way, where I've split the pieces and where I've divided. I essentially have two tiny pinch pots now, coil pots now that I'm working on. I've got the base done. I can still do some shaping on the base if I want to, but the base is basically done and finished. And now I'm ready to start building up. And I'm going to build this up and around like a moche pot, like we saw in our examples. And I'm going to wrap that around that way.